Listen up.
Hi, Lucy. Hi, Kel.
The Lucy and Kel podcast.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to a Tuesday podcast. A very welcome to you, Luce.
Hello, hello.
A very welcome to you, Casey.
Hello, hello.
And I'm also welcome. It is the Tuesday podcast. We are enjoying a great run of weather here in Melbourne, where we broadcast from. We are in the mid-20s and a 27 degree at the end of the week. Autumn has done so much wonderful things here in Melbourne. We're very happy with the weather. Not often will you hear Melburnians talking about how great the weather is, but it's pretty good at the moment, Luce.
It's very good. It is so stunning, I can't even deal.
Well, you're all dressed up for it as well.
I am. I got a little mini dress on and boots. I'm feeling good.
Yes.
Casey walked in and screamed, and I got to say, when you walk in the morning and someone screams because they love what you're wearing, that is like the best vibe.
I feel like Casey and I have a different interaction where Casey comes into the studio and she picks fluff off my shoulder. There was a big clump of dog fur and dust on my shoulder, and she's like, I'll just get that for you,
like,
bud.
that's not
there
a look.
You go, mate.
No.
Trying your best. Maybe I should start dressing up. Maybe I should start wearing suits to work. Do you think I'd be treated differently here in the office if I was wearing suits?
You dress for the job you want, not the job you have.
What job am I dressing for?
I don't know. This is a good point.
Radio man.
Yeah. You're dressing for a man who...
He's very comfortable.
He's very comfortable. Has he given up? I don't know.
No.
Not on, but he's comfortable in his career. He's not out there trying to take over a business.
No.
He's not yelling sell, sell, sell into a mobile phone. He's happy. He's content. He can sleep at night.
Yes.
And he's well rested.
Yeah.
And he's peaceful. There you go.
And when you wear a white shirt, also sophisticated.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
you look fresh in a white shirt.
Looks so good in a white shirt, yeah.
No, I'm not wearing a white shirt today.
No, and he's still got fluff on your shoulder. I can see from here on the left.
I did. I
I'm-
picked off one this morning, and I felt bad to pick off the other 10. So I just did one.
I am covered in dog hair.
It is what it is.
But they're your dogs as well.
Yes.
So how are you not covered in dog hair? What am I doing wrong?
You
He's a
lie
female.
down on the bed fully clothed, and you lie down on the floor with them, and
That's
then
right. And you have
kind of
those
thing.
special robot machines that come and dress you every morning. Just arms come out of the ceiling. And
I do. I have robot
like the
machines.
Jetsons.
That's right.
Yeah, people don't know that about you. Speaking of the clothes we were wearing, we need to give people an update on the podcast that were listening yesterday. They were, I'm sure, very interested in our talk of a photo shoot. Can I say, being photogenic is very exhausting.
It's a bit
I feel like I've been hit by a truck today.
Yeah.
Is that normal for
It is
people? Because
exhausting.
you've been involved in a photo shoot or two, Luce.
I have. It is. You do get really tired really quickly, and you're having to be on, and you get just sleepy. It's a lot. I was exhausted after our shoot too.
I
Does sound like a first world person problem, and it is, but I was
No,
tired.
if you've never been in a photo shoot, I don't think people realise how draining it can be. I can tell you, it's very draining. I feel like you two are very, I think, again, there are photogenic people in the world and there are not photogenic people in the world. And I think you two find yourself, even though you might not feel comfortable in front of the lens, you are very photogenic. So I don't think you have as much of an issue. Do you have issues?
Yeah, it's tiring. And then as women, we're really hard on ourselves, and we look at ourselves and we go, I hate that, don't like that, look at that, double chin, look at that. Look, like we all struggle. And it's hard. Like I said, we took thousands of photos and there'll probably only be two I like.
Yeah. And we get a preview when we take the photos. We take a few, then we get to look at it quickly. And I looked at ours and mine, and I'm like, oh, that looks great. But I didn't have my glasses on. I have my glasses on looking at them now, and I'm like, a girl, I had a hair tie on, I had my tags out.
Yeah.
But I didn't see it at the time. I was like, that's stunning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have several faces like Lucy has faces,
No,
Casey?
Lucy, I did see them, and I was just admiring and trying to learn what poses she was doing, the faces she was pulling. I'm like, this lady has a lifetime of experience.
All these faces. And I have stood next to Lucy on many photo shoots, and I've tried to learn the faces, and I'll start to sort of turn my head while she turns her head, but I still have the same face on, I've realised. So I'm just moving my head around as we take photos. Looks like I'm looking at different things in the sky.
Yeah.
I know.
So thanks for putting up with me again yesterday. Out of 10, how grumpy was I?
Oh, no.
Yeah, about a 6.
I wasn't too bad, was
No,
I?
you're pretty good.
6 out of 10? No, I'd say like a 2.
No, sweetie. You walked out of the room a lot.
Sweetie.
There are many times where he messes his clothes close up and then I'd fix it. Then he'd mess it up just to annoy me.
But that's not grumpy.
I
That's
was
just
being a
rage
jerk.
baiting you.
Yeah, I was being a jerk.
Yeah, it was being a jerk. Well, I thought I was rating your jerk levels.
At one point, all the boys got together for a photo, and that was productive.
I was so ragey.
She was fuming.
Because I was like, we just need a nice photo of the boys. And they all started doing things like thumbs up and being silly. And I was like, we don't need that. Then they're like, let's do wiggles fingers. I'm yelling, these photos are unusable. And they just wouldn't take a nice photo, the
Have
three
we
boys.
still got access to those photos?
We do, and they're ridiculous.
I'd like to have access to those photos.
They're cute.
Oh, see, we're cute.
When are we going to use the men of the light doing wiggles fingers? When are we going to use that?
When they collab with the Wiggles.
Does Riley like a photo, Casey, or is he more like, I think guys
I picture him.
He likes footy photos.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy, in his wedding photos, he looked like he was like, I'll do this for my darling wife.
Yeah.
But I feel like if he's in his footy outfits and he can do that pose that footy guys do, they cross their arm and then they push out their biceps. So dumb. We all know what you're doing.
So silly.
Like, there's someone here that does it.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Push your arms. Now push your
That's just how you fold your arms.
No, you don't. You push it like this. You don't go like that.
Yes.
See, now, if you did photos like that, you look jacked. In fact, you should have done that.
Yeah, you should have.
Let's reshoot.
What are you talking about?
Look at that, Casey. Oh,
That's a bicep.
that's quite the look, my friend.
All right, settle down.
You're my husband. I can say things like that. It's legal.
When will we see these photos?
I've looked at them this morning.
I know, but when will anybody else see these photos?
Oh, whenever they start getting rolled out and edited, I guess. Who knows?
Good.
There's a bit of a processing time, so
Is there some post-production that's going to happen?
maybe.
Maybe a little bit?
There's one great photo of the three of us. It's the best photo. And you're not looking at the camera.
Yeah.
And so we have
the
to have a
one.
discussion whether that's the promo photo and you're looking away, or we try and
Can
somehow
you fix my eyes?
fix your face.
Can you AI my eyes?
Well, I think we can use another shot of you and pop you in, but it's a great shot of me in case.
Yes, stunning.
That's really all that matters.
Can you cut me out of the photo entirely and just be you and Casey?
Definitely. Already done that.
The Lucy and Kel podcast.
We are closing in on the month of May, and of course Mother's Day is big for all mothers. A lot of people approach Mother's Day in different ways. Either you are a mother right now with little primary school kids, so they're getting excited about the Mother's Day stalls, or maybe you got some teenagers and some young adults, and the best you can hope for is a box of chocolates maybe.
Yes.
If they remember.
Yeah.
And then of course as you get older, it's a relationship with your own mother.
Yes.
And the journey that she's on. I know that my mother is looking for a new knee sometime later in the year. Is that a Mother's Day gift?
I don't think you
Getting
can
Mum
get
a new
her.
knee?
I don't think you can get her that.
Can't get a new knee replacement and say,
No.
that's Happy Mother's Day, Mum. Here's a new... What do they make them out of these days? Titanium?
Do they 3D print them?
Nothing but the best, Mum. It's a new knee. So we're just going to focus on Mother's Day this morning and the fact that, you know, as all politicians say...
You could buy her a little puppet on a stick. Dicky knee.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Hey, it's Saturday. Does Casey even know what a hey, it's Saturday is? No, she shakes her head. She's 23.
It was a classic joke, by the way.
If you were alive
'Cause a
in
knee
the
doesn't
70s
work,
and
so it's a
80s,
dicky knee.
you would be rolling around on the ground laughing.
Such a great
Anyway,
joke. It's lost on you, millennials.
as all politicians say, we get it. We understand. Times are tough. Interest rate rises. There's another one on the way next week, apparently.
Yeah.
I think that's the third in a row.
Stop it.
And the world's a bit upside down. So, you can't really do a lot of splurging on Mum on Mother's Day.
No.
So you're going to make the gifts creative, going to make them meaningful. But today we thought we might discuss, I think a lot of the time when it comes to Mother's Day, we often just get Mum something from Coles or, God help us, the service station.
Don't ever buy your mum something from a service station.
I just don't want mums to be taken for granted. I'm with you. I think we've got to do better than maybe, unless she asks for flowers, because flowers are around for a short period of time. My mother went through a period of time where she just wanted pot plants, like cuttings and stuff.
Have you thought about what you're going to get me? I mean, I'm not mother to your children, but I'm stepmother to them.
I will get you...
And also I'm mother to Shiloh, and you're going to need to organise that.
Would you like some more Lego? Would you like some more space Lego? Would that help? Oh, look, she's not considering it.
I'm not considering it.
For Mother's Day. The question I'd like us to focus on is I don't want us to take mums for granted, and I feel like sometimes when we're going through tough financial times or the harder things get in the world, sometimes mums get even more forgotten.
Yes.
Let's not forget mums. Let's highlight the fact when we've excelled at getting Mother's Day presents, because you deserve to be recognised every day, mums. But on Mother's Day, I'd love to know, when did you knock it out of the park? I am a little bit ashamed to say I don't think I've ever knocked Mother's Day out of the park. I think the best I've ever done for Mum is she specifically asked for a photo of all the grandkids in a frame once.
That's great.
And that took a lot, because my kids were at the age where photos weren't a big thing for them.
Yeah.
They didn't want to sit still. let alone smile. And I said, this is for Ma. Come on, kids. Let's get this together. Just one photo. Come on, do it for Dad. And if you won't do it for Dad, do it for Ma. And they finally did it, and I believe Mum enjoyed that Mother's Day gift. But I don't think I've ever knocked it out of the park. Have you ever knocked out of the park a Mother's Day gift?
I just make sure I make an effort. Like, I've taken my mum... Well, this is the thing. My mum lives in Queensland. I've bought her a beautiful card. I've sent it, and I'll be going up there in a couple of months. And I said to Mum that I will be taking you out to a high tea.
That's pretty close, I reckon.
Yeah, well, it's right now.
Flying
it's just,
up to see Mum.
Right now, it's lip service. I've got to make it happen. But what I'm saying is, I will do that.
Right now, it's all talk.
It's just in a card. It may never happen.
I made a lot of promises. Am I going to fulfil all those promises? I don't know.
Can I say my daughter...
Would you have said Cliff Richard was Mother's Day?
I can't remember. It might have been.
Just Cliff Richard would have been great for Mother's Day.
I think that was Mum's birthday.
Oh, right.
But I will say this. Every year, my best friend Schmigan Schmeppleton takes my daughter out because obviously for many years I was a single mum. And so it was Megan's loveliest thing that she ever did was every year she took my daughter out from a little girl and they'd spend a day at the shops and they'd buy me presents. And now my daughter is 12 and even though I'm remarried, Megan still takes out Shiloh and they have a girly day and they go get sushi and they go buy me presents. Even though I have a wonderful husband who's capable of that, it's really very special. But so because of my best friend, my daughter's knocked it out of the park. But my daughter is going to knock it out of the park this year because she's already told me what she's done.
Oh, what has she done?
She's doing woodworking classes at school, which is news to me. And she's been making a cheese board. And she said, it's a cheese board for you. And she goes, and there's a pun on it, a cheesy pun for Mother's Day. And I'm like, what is a cheese pun?
What is a square piece of timber and what is a cheese board? Like, how does it go from a square piece of timber to a cheese board? Is there any difference? So they hand the kid a square piece of timber.
What? Maybe I'm overthinking it because I was picturing this beautiful round one with a handle and
I think the teacher at Woodwork is path of least resistance and gone, okay, kids, see these square bits of timber? They're all cheese boards. Right. Now send them to your mum.
Well, what will be the pun on it?
Maybe she gets to burn it because I know back in secondary school when we did woodworking, you could burn in things into the board. That was the funnest thing. She must just be burning cheese board with a joke about cheese. How many jokes about cheese are there?
There can't be many. Like, Mum, you're cheesy. I don't know.
I don't think that's a pun.
So when I get the cheese board,
knocking it out of the park.
I feel like that's going to knock it out of the park because she's going to have spent so much time on it. Jude says, morning, if you want to do a great Mother's Day gift, one first-class ticket to a relaxing place like the Bahamas for a week. He goes, that would be a mother's dream.
My mum wouldn't know what to do with herself.
Keeping in mind he's a teenager and doesn't understand probably the concept of how much that's going to cost someone.
That'll take some finance.
That's lovely, Jude.
Absolutely. It ticks all the boxes of knocking it out of the park for Mum.
He said, he just texted in, sorry, I thought you said, how could you knock Mother's Day out of the park, not have you?
No, that's all right. It's a good place to start. You've got to think about it.
Who knows? Elizabeth goes, Mum's been trying to get me to a Gilbert and Sullivan production for years, and I've always resisted. This year, I'm taking her to see a Gilbert and Sullivan musical a couple of weeks after Mother's Day.
My mum would love that.
I am the very modern of a modern general information.
Mum loves the Pirates and loves the Mikado, loves all that Gilbert and Sullivan stuff.
Apprentice to a pirate.
That was a bit of the Pirates of Penzance.
Yeah. Some great texts also here. Emma in Croydon goes, I wrote Mum a letter for Mother's Day.
Ooh, that's
wrote out everything I'd never said.
That's
she cried.
Yep.
Cost me nothing. Meant everything.
You know what? And again, I'm thinking knocking it out of the park has to be big and grandiose. It could be something as heartfelt as just a letter.
They are honestly, that's all
Mums love that stuff.
I mean, we want the Bahamas trip, but also a letter.
We want the Bahamas trip and then send the letter to the Bahamas for her to read on the beach.
Chris in Doncaster goes, my wife had a toughie with our kids, so I organised a full spa day.
That's achievable.
Yep. Oh, and then he said, and I cleaned the house before she got home. Oh, now that's the money. That's the money.
He's a domestic goddess.
Oh, Luke and Werribee said the same when I was a teenager. I got up early and I deep cleaned the whole house before Mum woke up. Like even the skirting boards. She said to this day it was the best gift she has ever received, ever.
One day off the cleaning.
If you clean someone's skirting boards, that is a love language in and of itself because no one ever does it.
If I said to my teenagers, where are the skirting boards? My teenagers would be like, I don't know what you're talking about. The fact that you know what a skirting board is.
Ben in Frankston said, I made my mum many breakfasts in bed growing up and she loved that.
Do mums enjoy breakfast in bed? I'm just asking.
Sure.
It has its good moments. And also I think sometimes you're like, no more breakfast in bed.
I've been spoiled, everyone, because I'm married to Kel and he's so lovely. And so every weekend I get breakfast in bed. He brings me a little stable table and he sets it up and he makes me toast. And
well, I'm just one of the greats.
The Lucy and Kel podcast. You're going to love this next bit. Oh, spoiler alert.
International
News.
And And it's time to talk air travel. Emirates
Just a side note.
Well,
I forgot.
straight in, like 3.5 seconds and a side note. I don't know where this is going.
I forgot that I made that jingle. I haven't heard international news for a long time.
So-
I'm really glad we still have it on file because I spent so much time on that.
All right, here it is again.
International
News.
Lucy.
Guys, I made that jingle about, I don't know.
You should be
probably
very proud of that.
around like 10 years ago.
We're talking air travel this morning. Emirates. I have not flown Emirates myself. Lucy, I believe, has, because a few weeks ago Lucy announced that she has not only flown first class, she has also laid down horizontally whilst flying, which is a lovely thing to have said.
Yeah.
To be able to have gone into first class.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, she didn't pay for this. This was applied to her based on a job she was doing overseas.
And actually,
very fortunate.
And even worse is, well, even better,
There's nothing
I guess.
worse about lying down while you're flying.
We didn't know we were going to be upgraded until we went through the thing and our tickets beeped and they said, come with us.
Isn't that the greatest moment?
And they upgraded us. So we weren't even preparing to do this long flight to Dubai. And then we all were in the front point of the plane. It was amazing.
If luxury is the goal for Emirates, they've outdone themselves because I think, as we already know, Emirates tends to have a lot of lay-down beds at the pointy end of the plane. They also have like a shower area for very, very important VIPs, as long as you can afford it. So you can sort of get up midway through the flight.
You're a celebrity.
Sashay around in a dressing gown and go have a shower. Well, now they've taken it to the next level, and reportedly they have plans to renovate their planes so that you basically have a one-bedroom apartment.
No.
Basically, you're going to get a bed and a small room, and now with your own private luxury ensuite.
That's ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I'll tell you why it's ridiculous. Because this is just classism. This is ridiculous. You know what? Do you know what I want plane travel to become like? Do you remember back in the day when we went to movie theatres and there was just your gold class and then every other pleb, and then suddenly every main theatre had a leather recliner? And like, what's the point of gold class now?
So I'm confused
0
now.
point,
I'm
right?
confused. Do you want first class or do you not want any class?
I want everything to be first class, and I want everyone to have that opportunity, not just the
That's
10...
an enormous plane if everyone gets their own bedroom and ensuite.
I don't want everyone to have an ensuite. I just think everyone should have a lie-downy bed.
Well, this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about the fact that very shortly you'll be able to pay for tickets to fly on Emirates and have your own little room with your own little
that's not
bathroom and
fair.
shower. You, Lucy, would love this. On a long-haul flight overseas, this is it.
Fair. It's not fair, because who can afford that?
This
What?
is my other question.
Madonna?
Well, here we go.
And then, like,
Here comes-
Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry?
Here comes the apex. Here comes the quintessential moment where we ask about Survey Says.
Survey says.
Because all of this information turns me in the direction of this question. Now, I've been on long plane flights before with Lucy. Most recently, we went off to Bali at
It's
Christmas.
not long, though, is it?
Well, it's 6.5 hours. If there's one thing I'm not a fan of, I love flying, but if there's one thing I'm not a fan of, it's the bathroom. I'm a large guy, and obviously if you've been on a plane and you haven't flown Emirates and you're not paying for your own bedroom, the bathrooms on a normal plane, on a normal flight, are not the greatest fun. I mean, you've never had fun going to a bathroom in the air, have you, Les?
No.
No. You're lining up more often than not. Ladies, I don't know what's going through a lady's mind. I see a lot of ladies, I feel like they think in 15 minutes' time, I'm going to want to go to the bathroom. So I'll line up because they've seen somebody else go in.
Yeah.
So they go and stand at the door. And then another lady goes, well, that lady's standing at the door. And I know that if I don't stand behind that lady, it's going to be another 25 minutes before I get in. And then another lady sees that lady, so she gets, and all of a sudden there's 15 ladies.
Yeah.
Now, none of them need to really go yet, but they know they will need to go
Yep.
by the time they get through the line.
Yeah.
And the other thing I don't like about the toilets is just before the plane starts to land, everyone needs to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, but that's just human. That's human nature.
Yeah. So I've prided myself on the fact that last flight to Bali, 6.5 hours, I did not use the bathroom. I know, Casey. Thank you for that reaction. I did not get up to go to the bathroom on my 6.5 hour flight to Bali. So, Survey Says this morning.
Survey says.
I mean, if I had my own ensuite, I'd just do the whole flight in the ensuite. I wouldn't leave. But I don't have my own ensuite. So I said to myself, I says, Kel, don't go to the bathroom for 6.5 hours, and I was able to accomplish that. Can anyone do better? Can anyone say they've been on a long-haul flight and they didn't use the bathroom on the plane? You'll know. You'll know if you did, because it's quite the achievement.
Jenny goes, sorry, I'm the opposite, Kel. I don't think I've ever been on a flight without using the toilet.
I think there are people.
Same.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, Jenny. It's just like I can't deal with you and the rest of the ladies, Jenny. I just think the toilets are just for you. There's just too many ladies outside doing lunges in active wear.
I disagree. I feel like when I go to the toilet and I'm waiting 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 and I'm waiting, and then a guy comes out and it stinks. That's the truth.
It is a toilet.
And that's the tea.
It is a toilet.
Jody says, not on a plane, but I was on a train, Melbourne to Sydney, and I got stuck due to the floods, and I was 13 hours on the train, and I didn't go to the toilet once.
That's a winner, and you should be proud. 13 hours. That's almost double my effort to Bali. 13 hours. Congratulations.
Sure, goes on to say. Also, I was brushing my teeth when Kel said, no one thinks you go to the toilet with no clothes on, and now I have to clean the mirror because I spat toothpaste everywhere. Richard said, I don't fly, so there's no records broken here.
All right.
Eric says, Google what the toilet is like in a C-130 military plane. Oh, yeah, it's speaking Kel's love language,
Can't be
Eric.
good, though.
He goes, I spent 8 hours in one of those ones and I didn't go to the toilet.
It's in a Hercules, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stephen.
They sort of strap you in. In a Hercules, they kind of strap you into netting.
Oh, I see that against the wall.
Next to the cargo.
Wendy goes...
I can't believe they put much effort into the toilets on a C-130.
I bet it's a box.
It's probably just an open hole in the fuselage of the plane.
I know, it sucks straight out.
Yeah.
Oh, terrifying. Okay, Wendy goes, I'm another proud bladder holder. The best record, Kel, you're going to love this. LA to Melbourne. LA
This is what I was waiting
to
for.
Melbourne. I don't even know. That's 20-odd hours.
That's the longest flight on the roster.
You're going to do some damage, Wendy.
No, that is an absolutely extraordinary superhuman effort,
She
and I
says,
commend it.
I don't drink prior or during, but you got to hydrate on a plane. She only has small sips of water, and she's small, and she hates public toilets.
That's like space travel. That's like committing to not going one side of the world to the other. That is extraordinary.
Livia says, I used to do the same as Kel, hold and not use the toilet, but thinking about I need to exercise to avoid getting a blood clot, I do stand up and go to the toilet because it's not healthy.
It's probably not healthy, and it's also hard, especially when you see everyone else lining up. You're like, oh, I'm going to miss out. And you just feel like you need to go.
She also goes on to say, Mr. Interrupty, and us women have...
Oh, I'm Mr. Interrupty.
You are. And us women have our wives as we go to the toilets more.
You're
with
right.
Lots of us had kids.
Okay.
She goes, it's not fun using the plain toilet.
Right.
And Stephen says, great job, Kel. Oh, you got a fan club today. He says, my record is probably going once on a 16-hour flight, but he'd usually go twice on a flight of that length.
Yes. I think normally most of us humans will go once or twice on a flight. But if you really put your mind to it, I've done 6.5 hours to Bali, and we've just had that Light family member go halfway around the world to LA without a pit stop, which is extraordinary.
She wins.
The Lucy and Kel podcast.
National Australian news. News from Australia.
Australian news. This is a big one, and I didn't know this was happening today. A lot of people will know that today is something called National Cash Out Day. Did you know about this?
National Cash Out Day.
I didn't know what it was.
Wasn't aware
It's
of
a
it. until
grassroots
just then.
movement
Right.
to put pressure on federal governments and banks. Australians are being asked to make a withdrawal at their nearest ATM. They've done it before. They had a successful one a few years ago, and that managed to change some sort of thing called a cash mandate. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Apparently about 1 million people make an ATM withdrawal every day.
1 million people will draw money out of an
Yes.
ATM.
And today they're aiming to double it as a way of reminding banks of the need to support cash in the economy. And so they've said, take out $20, and they said on the press release, look, tap and go is fine. Nobody's talking about taking away tap and go, but they just want to have an option of how we pay, and everybody needs to use cash. And they're like, if we stop using cash, we're going to lose cash. You stopped using VHSs, look what happened. You stopped going to Blockbuster, they went bankrupt. So they're saying if you want to keep cash, you've got to keep using it. I understand the mentality behind that, I guess. But I will say I'm part of the problem. My name is Lucy, and I use Tap and Go. I never have cash on me. I'm that person. If someone says, can you do some cash? I'm like, I've got no cash. When you're out and about, I don't even have cash to help people who are needy because I never have cash on me, which is maybe I should have some. Should I have an emergency buffer of cash in my wallet? But then if I do, guess what? I'll spend it. I go, look at that little dress. Oh, it's a 50. Oh, I got 50 in my wallet. It's free. It's a free dress because the money is in my wallet. I am a tap and goer, but I have thought about this and I do want the option to always use cash. So if it means that I should go get out cash, will I? Well, if I'm near an ATM, I might think about it.
I don't know how cash goes away because I think we need cash.
You say that now, but we thought we'd have Blockbuster forever.
I know, but it's currency. It's a legal tender. Like, I don't think cash. I think we move forward into the future and most of us are doing most of our stuff digitally. I believe that. Like, I haven't used cash for years. Like, I have just used a card for
I know
the
you
last
borrow
5
my
years.
cash because I get cash. Sometimes in the blue moon, I'll have a little bit of cash.
Cash comes in handy for things like school lunches.
This is why I have a tiny bit of cash. I'm not much cash, but I'll sell something on Marketplace for $20. And then I will have a solitary $20 note at home. And Kel will be like, can I take that? And that's what happens. And that's our cash
It's normally to take care
home.
of like a birthday present for one of the family. Or
I know, but it's like my money. And then he's like, can I take that for my niece's, nephew's, dog's birthday?
Who walked out down the driveway and met the other strange husband at the end of the driveway and had to actually have a conversation with a complete stranger who also didn't know why he was there.
Okay, true.
Surely
but you can
I
have
should.
a commission of my Marketplace.
We're getting sidetracked.
Anyway, listen, you're not a
Let's-
cash person either.
Old people, and I'm almost there. I'd almost class myself as an old person. I do know my parents still love the cash. If you're in the 60s or 70s or 80s,
No, my mum and dad are in their 80s.
They have dug a hole in the backyard and they have a tin of cash somewhere.
My mum and dad are Mum and dad are also, they're on the net.
Your dad has cut a hole in the wall.
No, they're not like that. They're like the Matrix. They're just like sending money everywhere.
Should we ask a young person?
Yeah, let's ask little Gen Z or Gen Z producer Casey. Is it Tap and Go Casey
Cash?
or is it Casey Cash Casey?
Have you
Cashed
ever
up Casey.
Have you ever seen cash, Casey?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
Do you know what cash is, Casey?
Yes, I actually learned a lot about it in retail.
Did you know,
hard.
Casey,
Right.
before plastic notes, we had paper notes?
That's horrible.
And did you know, Casey, we used to have a $1 note and a $2 note
That's wild.
before there were coins, Casey.
Wild.
Casey, we remember 1 cent coins and 2 cent coins, Casey. They were brown.
Wow, Lucy.
This is
Anyway,
an old person.
so what do you use most of?
I use mostly card, but I still use cash.
You're a bit
a
of
little
cash,
bit, right.
yeah.
She was really enjoying that interesting conversation about what currency used to be like.
Well, it's interesting.
That's the most old person conversation she's ever had to endure.
William says, I use both, but cash is king. Sue, cash always. Don't let us lose it. Send a message. Keep cash. It's vital. I think Sue is going to be withdrawing today on
Sue's
cash
gonna
out
be
day.
at all the ATMs.
Amy says, always a cash person. We tap mostly, but we always have cash at home. She goes, I have more cash on hand than in my bank, probably. Laughy face.
Oh, right.
Just notes. I'm
I
going
do
to
know there
note
are
down
a lot of
her
people-
address.
You know what? There are a lot of people out there that do hide the cash.
Oh, of course.
I always worry about that, though, because it's not the most secure thing to do with your money.
No, I wouldn't. I'd rather it be in the banks.
In the banks. Well, the bank would rather you have the cash in the bank as
Janelle
well.
says, Lucy, you need to watch It's a Wonderful Life, as that explains how banks work. Legit. And then Fiona goes, I love cash. Also, Lucy, Google Pyramid Building Society in the 90s, and then like crazy eyes, because that
didn't go
must be
very well.
dodgy.
Yeah, that didn't go very well.
Corrine says, I'm back to cash. I refuse to pay an additional 2% to use my own money that I've already worked hard to earn, and it ain't happening. Banks.
Yeah,
Corrine,
that's the
out.
bit that really irks some people is the banks do like getting involved in the transactions and saying, well, we're here too. Can we take some of that, please?
Don't like that. Debbie goes, I'm Gen Z. I don't ever know which one to say. Sorry, I get confused. Gen Z? And I only use cash. Oh, no, that was Holly. Sorry. Texting from Debbie's phone. It makes no sense. Why have you not got your own phone, Holly? Janelle goes, my dad only uses cash. I'm amazed when he's paying for dinner and he pulls out hundreds of dollars. Well, that's nice.
Old people just have $50 bills. Just
Rizza
50 after 50.
Says, good morning, Lucy and Kel. I always have cash in my wallet because I refuse to pay for public holidays, additional payments that you pay for. What? I don't understand that. Maybe when you go to a cafe and they say there's a surcharge.
Right.
But isn't the surcharge even on cash or is it just on card? No, it's on everything, isn't it?
No, well, the coffee place actually, I think that we go to, the drive-through, encourages people to pay for coffees in cash.
Oh, he's the guy who owns that lovely guy, massive cash fan.
Yeah, and I think you actually pay less for a coffee if you pay cash.
Yeah. And Jody goes, my 20-year-old goes and uses Tap and Go. He doesn't even have a card. He just has his phone. I asked him to go to the ATM for me and he says, what time does it open?
That's a good point.
It's always open.
I know, but people...
Gen Zeta.
There are a lot of people that wouldn't know what an ATM does or how to operate one. They just use their watch or their phone.
Finally, Ivy just says, in North America, we have drive-through ATMs. Yes, I've seen them. You've got drive-through chemists.
Yeah.
You've got drive-through ATMs. You are living the drive-through life in the
I love
States.
the invention of a drive-through.
Joanna wants to know, does taking cash out at a supermarket count for cash out day? I have no idea, Joanna. It's the first time I've heard about this day.
I think if
someone will tell us.
Yeah, if you're requiring cash and you take cash out, I think you're all helping what this cause
That's just coming out of Woolies. I think if you want to get cash out, it probably has to be an ATM. I don't know. I've never heard of the day. I don't know the rules.
Melissa joins us, listener of the year 2022. Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning, Lucy and Kel.
Cash or card, Melissa?
Cash and cash. I do use FPOS, but this is my protest against all the bank fees, and don't think it's the small businesses making money when they put the surcharges on. Yeah, you just don't get that extra money going out of your bank account.
The surcharges when you go into a cafe on the weekend have nothing to do with the cafe. It's just simply surviving all of the fees.
And also all the taxes and like they're paying their staff like triple time and a half. I get it.
Do not get angry at
I
the
don't
cafe.
feel bad at cafes because they're not a license to print money.
The profit margin on a cafe or restaurant is wafer thin.
They are barely staying alive.
The Lucy and Kel podcast.
And dare I say, at the end of another successful podcast, well podcasted Lucy.
Arrivederci.
And well podcasted Casey.
Deci era.
No, that's not it.
Yeah,
You
that
can't say
worked.
it backwards.
I did. And it makes sense.
I am that exhausted. I don't mind what you say. We're just going to wrap up the podcast now. Thanks for being a part of everyone. Looking forward to a big midweek podcast tomorrow. If you are in Melbourne or thereabouts, enjoy the magnificent weather. If you are listening to the podcast from other areas of the world, enjoy whatever weather you have on offer in your part of the world.
Everywhere you go, you always take the weather with you.
Crowdies used to say
Always
that.
take the weather with you. Everywhere you go, you always take the weather.
Apparently, it's also occasionally it's raining men.
Hallelujah.
Oh,
And
Casey.
on that bombshell, it's time for us to wrap up the podcast. Until we meet again, everybody.
Hallelujah.
Well, that's all for now. But you can download more podcasts anytime or catch Lucy and Kel live weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on 89.9 The Light.
This is the end bit. This is the end bit.
Woo!
This is the end bit of the show.
And bit.